Okay. Hey guys, what's going on? Andy Elliott. I'm here today with Jolie. Now, she's got done at a big event this weekend. It was cool. It was kick butt. She's partnered with one of the companies that we're partnered with, which is amazing, a company called GFI. They're an insurance company. And, you know, I was talking to her, and we were talking about like perseverance, pushing through, mental toughness. Like she's from Nigeria, right? And I kind of wanted to tell her story, you know, in a nutshell, but I want you to understand something. And the reason why I wanted to share her with you, and number one, women are badasses. I mean, I love strong men. I love badass women. You've overcome a lot of hurdles. You know, coming from Nigeria into the States, I mean, that's a whole different culture, a whole different place. You know, I wanted you to talk about that, but one of the reasons she's very successful, she does very well now, and mental toughness. She never quit. Sure. And I just like that. I just thought we'd make this a short video today about like what can happen if you don't quit. You know, how many people just never make it because they quit. And so it doesn't matter what obstacle it is, right? You know, tell us a little bit about, you said your father died young, so you're kind of self-made. You didn't really have anybody pour into you. Well, why don't we go from the journey to here, and I want you to see the mental toughness, how many times she could have quit. And just, you know, show us some of the times, some of the things that, you know, you pushed through to get to where you are today. You live in a beautiful family, you got your kids, you know, you're in a great company right now. You're beautiful, you're smiling, life is good. Let it rip. Let's start from Nigeria.
Yeah, originally from Nigeria, like I said. So we all had to survive by ourselves, you know. It was a game of, hey, you got to make it or you fail, you know. Didn't have relative, didn't have rich relative to, you know, really encourage me to, you know, come up or become someone. So, but I made it upon myself. I say, hey, I got to be someone, because a lot of times I was told you're going to fail. We make sure you're going to fail. But I didn't get that encouragement. So I kind of, you know, encouraged myself, because I knew that I had a lot of people looking up to me, apart from, you know, having kids. My family, the entire family needs me to succeed. So it was very important for me to succeed. Then I decided to, hey, it's time to, you know, move to a place who might give me the opportunity that I need. At the end of the day, I knew I had to be strong for my kids, because I really didn't want my kids to go through. I went through. It was something I promised them. I said, I know I had it rough. I know I didn't have nobody to support me. I know I don't have nobody. When I mean nobody, there is nobody to look back and say, hey, if I fall now, somebody's going to come for me. Nobody was going to come for me. So I knew I needed to survive, and I knew I needed a role model for them to know that they can actually make it with or without anybody. So I struggled so hard to make sure that works. Yeah.
That's amazing. So what was it like? You get here to the States, and what were some of the obstacles?
Yeah, well, you know, getting into a new place where you were told is a land full of milk and honey. We all thought we were going to get here, go grab the dollars on the floor. The story is different when you get here. There's going to be that first thing, which is the cultural shock. The cultural shock in the sense of that the weather is different, the language, you got to mix with my accent. You can see my accent sound a little bit, it was worse than this then. I got to blend with people. Not that we speak English in Nigeria, but with the accent, you're probably not going to hear us very clearly. So we got to blend it a little bit for people to understand. Then, coming, because I also came with a degree, I have a bachelor's in economics. So getting to get a job was another thing, because now you don't have, you know, a reference here, no job reference over here.
Yeah,
so you got to go back
resume.
to school.
It's all in Nigeria. There's nothing here.
Exactly, nothing. No. If they run a background check, there's nothing. They're not going to say nothing about you. So you got to go back to school or get some kind of certification to fit in. So I did it all. I did Uber. I did cleaning job. I don't know. I was even at a point as an animal technician. So I worked as a healthcare. I did it all until, you know.
Until you found insurance?
Until the financial insurance found me. Yeah.
So how much do you love the GFI insurance company?
Trust me, that's where I wanted to be. That was not my first footing into finance. I worked with my practice company. Then later, when I was looking for something better, because I needed that mentorship, which also brought me to you. I needed mentorship. I needed true leadership. I needed transparency. I'm not just trying to work or learn things for myself. Remember, I come from a community of Black community, African community, immigrant community. So I wanted something that at the end of the day, I'm going to do right by them. So I just didn't want to be that business person who is chasing money. I also want to chase integrity. I also want to chase something that if I leave here today, I'm going to leave a good footprint. So yeah, that was when I found GFI with a leader that I knew because I had attended his seminars, and which is Eric. So I knew him to be a great leader who is very transparent and very honest. So it wasn't that difficult for me to, and he's surrounded with very sincere people. And trust me, with real ownership too, because I didn't get that with my practice company. But when I came in, he gave me a real ownership, which
huge opportunity.
Exactly, which is what I have always remember. It's always about the family for me. I wanted to leave something for my kids. You know, I wanted to work hard and make sure that whatever I'm leaving is going to become a generational thing, a generational income, generational wealth. And the GFI gave that opportunity to me. So
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, guys, if you're listening to Jolie, number one, going into a new place, she's got a very thick accent, right? Which, I mean, I can understand her, but I can imagine when you first came here, it was hard for people to understand you. Then going to get a job and having no resume, you know what I'm saying? Yep. It's like everything smacking you in the face at once.
Exactly.
Anybody relate with any times like this? That's why this is about how to build resilience, how to build fortitude, how to build, you know, the grit, right? The grit. You know, if you drop someone 100 yards off a shore line in an ocean that didn't know how to swim, if they didn't have any grit, they would drown. Sure. But if you drop someone who didn't know how to swim 100 yards off the shoreline, they would make it to the shore. They don't know how to swim, but they have grit. And I see people that make it just like you, just because they're mentally tough.
Sure.
They just, and by the way, I'm going to tell you, I also know that all those people that said you weren't going to make it and you weren't going to be anything, that's been fuel. That's been a chip on your shoulder that's helped you keep pushing. And so I think it's good for all the things that people say against you and your haters. I think it's good to use it as fuel to motivate you. It's food.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's food. It feeds you.
Sure.
You know?
Keeps you going.
Yeah, it keeps you going. And today, she's with a company called GFI, great company. She's doing very well. She's happy. She's building a great life for herself. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate with the same story. Maybe something different. Maybe you didn't come from another country to this one and have to go through all these. But we've all been through hell in one way or another. Some a little crazier than others, right? But we got to be mentally tough and we got to have grit. And today was about, like, it's not always the big, jacked up, strong guy. Sometimes it's the house. It's not the house mom. It's the mom, you know. And that's why I wanted to share is that you're a really strong mom. You're a really strong businesswoman, and you keep learning, coaching. You're learning. You said you wanted to join this company because they were great mentors to you. They stick to their word. They're transparent. You know, it's cool to work for a company where there's no bullshit. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And she has an unlimited earning opportunity. She's talking about creating real, not making it, but creating, not income, but making real generational wealth. And by the way, you're giving your kids generational habits right now.
True.
Showing them everything that you're overcoming.
They know.
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah, so you're getting them generational habits and generational wealth, and you're showing them what the hell's mom's made of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pretty cool. I'm proud of you. She's awesome. Guys, I wanted to share her with you. I wanted to share her story with you. I wanted to, make this a shorter video just showing you what's possible when you don't quit. Okay, cool. What do you got to overcome? Cool. Be an overcomer. Be the comeback kid. Yeah. Just keep coming back. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And by the way, if you're watching this, I'm sure a lot of guys on your team, there's a lot of awesome guys. There's a lot of women with you. Yeah. If you're looking for a really good opportunity, okay, like she was looking for, she's building a team. And by the way, level 10 earning opportunity, earn as much money as you want, work virtually anywhere in the world, sure, right? Or anywhere in the United States, you can work from anywhere in the United States. I mean, they're building a division of Mexico now too in different places. But if you're inside the United States and you're sitting there and you're like, man, I don't want to clock in and clock out anymore. I want to own my own stuff. I want to work for myself. I just want a great opportunity. I want to find a good leader. I want to do life with great people, just like she did. And you want to give your kids or give your family generational wealth and yourself and make good income. This is it. Make sure you guys shoot her a text message. If you're interested and you're like, dude, I want to connect with her, what is your cell phone number so they can text you?
310-297-0509.
Okay, it's Jolie, like Angela Jolie. Yeah. So we were cracking up before this. So anyways, if you guys shoot her a text message and you're like, and number one, you can ask her any question, but most importantly, you're like, man, tell me about this opportunity. She'd be happy to share it with you.
True.
Okay, she's creating wealth in her own family, and she's super cool. She's an awesome woman. She's overcome so many amazing things. You can tell just by this video, like she has a huge, huge heart. And those are the kind of people that I like to do life with, okay? And all you got to do is shoot her a text. Ask her any questions. She'll jump on the phone with you. Be happy to explain everything from A to Z.
Yeah.
One last thing, anything you want to say before we end it?
I just want to quickly say, to my community especially, because I know there's a whole lot of women, especially the women from my community. I don't want to kind of generalize it for now, but I know my community, which is the Black immigrant community, and the Black, we struggle the most. We might be educated, but we don't understand how the system works, which was one of my biggest challenges, because I didn't know how the system worked. So
Yeah.
I lost money trying to do a lot of things. So I'm talking to my community now. If you want to understand how the system works, you want to fit in the system, and you want to be able to stop, like he said, clocking in and clocking out, which is the biggest challenge we have as mothers, trying to balance the both 9 to 5 and at the same time being a mother. Then you want to reach out to a community like ours, because we are building a huge, huge, huge Black community. My community though is diverse, but I'm trying to focus more on the immigrant, because we are most lost when it comes to that. So we are building a big community for us to come together, rub minds together, and understand the economy. And we have mentors, great mentors like this, who are going to come around to educate us more, so that we can do better and have enough education and information to pass on to our children. So you want to join us? That's what I really.
That's huge. She goes, everybody can join my team.
Yeah.
She's like, but my heart, my ethos, my drive, my purpose, right, is to help everybody, and I want everyone on my team, but there's a community of people, right? And she said Black specifically, immigrant specifically. A lot of the times people that when they come in as an immigrant, they're uneducated, and they don't understand the system. And if you don't understand the system, she says you could spend years wasting time, wasting money trying to figure it out. She says, I know the play.
Took me 7 years.
Yeah, she's like, it took me 7 years. I figured out this play. If you run this play, you're going to make it. And by the way, I'll coach you, I'll mentor you, I'll show you the play. You'll run the play with me. I'll make sure the play works, and you're going to get there too. Okay? And I love that, man. So whether you're in her community that she's directly, her heart's after to pursue, or you're anyone watching this right now, and I know that you're big into women, empowering women to kick ass.
Yeah, because once you can
you
get
got
the
some
women,
dudes on
then you
your
get the
team.
entire family.
But you got some dudes on your team.
Sure, I do. Because why I specifically targeted the women is once you get a woman, the husband is going to come.
Oh, yeah, because when your wife's
The
making
children
more
are
money
going to come.
than you, you're
Educate
gonna
a
be like, all
woman,
right, babe, I'm going
then
to
you
join.
educate a whole community.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, well, you're awesome. I really, really appreciate you guys. Make sure you shoot her a text message if you need some information. She is awesome. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
And let's go kick butt.
Yeah, thank you so much, Elliot. I appreciate it.
Hey, we love you. We spent all weekend together. All right, guys, have a blessed day. Make sure you reach out to her. I hope you found one little nugget in this video that helps you kick some butt. See you in the next video. Good job, girl.
Thank you.